actually. There you go. Be very careful. This is all you got. Pine tar, or I mean pine sap, I promise. Oops. Yeah, it's cold. That's okay. The smoke from my fire earlier signal, obviously. That's my pile so far. Let's find that shit. There it is. Oops. It's a big pile. Rather than just continue down the rest of it, I think I'll just get it out right here. This machete saw will cut. It'll saw and cut. So on chop. Okay, you can see. From the outside, at a distance, just some bushes. But it still needs a roof. Time to get to work. Okay, I was testing out the mini machete. This is actually a fire starting kit. Whoops. It's got grinds at the bottom. And if you saw part 1 of this video when I was brewing the coffee, that wasn't made from instant coffee. There were enough coffee grinds in that folded up filter to make an entire pot of coffee, not just one cup. But I like it strong. I don't necessarily like chewing on coffee grinds though. Anyways. Shovel here. I like this handy dandy travel case right there. Look at that. It's nice. It doesn't weigh too much either. It has a little bit of weight. Probably a couple pounds. It's not extremely heavy like lugging around a full-size shovel. And it's compact. Anyways. Well, I forgot to bring my Allen wrench with me. I won't be able to tighten up this shovel head here. You know, I have a tactical pin that has that attachment. I forgot to bring that too. Whoops. Should have included that in the kit. So let that be a lesson to you. If you're wanting to stockpile and prepare with items, make sure you have everything you need in your kit before you bury it or stash it in the bushes. That way, when you get there, you'll have everything you need. It's an example of what not to do. However, it's also true. So I may not be able to effectively test this out today. I'm still going to try. I just said it may not be as effective. Anyways, you ready? Oh yeah, and like I mentioned, when you're stashing a supply kit, if you want to make coffee, more than 1 cup that is, then either have more than 1 packet to brew that, or a larger container that will hold more water for when you're boiling to make a coffee, obviously. I would actually suggest the instant packets because they usually come 12 for in a box, and they tuck in there real nicely and take up much space at all. You can fit them in your pocket, take them with you anywhere you go. I should have done that. Wait a minute. What the? My lips are black. What? Aw, man. What? Okay, it's another example of what not to do. You want to wipe off your coffee cup before you drink from it. That's not much better. Anyways, also when it comes to your supply kit, if you think you're going to be hungry when you need it, you might want to pack more than just 1 thing of beef jerky. However, even a little food is better than no food. They don't have to taste it though. Which, however, this is a 2-pack, so the other half later. And the kit did have, include a power heater. Normally I catch that. Yeah, man. That was just for those of y'all who are wondering about my bottle flips. It functions a lot better when the bottle is half empty. That way, the momentum of the weight on the bottom will... It's an action of physics in motion, and the gravity created, the forces of motion as it spins, push the weight to the bottom of the bottle, and that's what carries it around in a circle. So in understanding that, you can hold it in your hand when it's half full and pop it, release it. Whoops, when it's half empty. But anyways, you pop it and release it in a downward motion and it causes it to do a flip. Then you just let go and catch it quickly. Similar to this. But when it's half empty. Anyways, I gotta get busy. Break time's over. Whoosh. Whoops. I don't know how well this is gonna work. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, it's working. This shovel edge actually saws through that small little tree. Sorry about that. Just with the shovel. Shovel those thorn vines. Alright, I think if I sharpen up this side, it'll chop even better. Maybe like an axe. Or a machete. A mini machete. Okay, I'm just going to try it as is. Whoa! There you go. Now you can tie some cordage around the handle, make a little handy-dandy carrying strap and just hang around your neck like this. Or not. And we're going to take this and put these. Actually, nothing like that. Okay. One of the things that I like about this video right here, this pocket right here, as I was mentioning earlier, there's plenty of room. I always have a pocket. But what I just thought to brought an Allen wrench. Alright, so that was the folding shovel test. As I mentioned previously in the first part of this video, one of the reasons I purchased this folding shovel is because it was actually included as part of a package deal. This little knife right here works pretty well. It's nice and sharp. That's because its carrying case includes its own little knife sharpener. And the sheath actually locks it in place, see? It holds it in place pretty well. Whoa, 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 whoa. See? It's not falling out. So you pull it out. And even then, you gotta apply some pressure. And that makes it safe to tuck away in your sock. Anyways, instead to test that out, I carved an L7 notch, which of course is used for a spring trap. To help that, I also carved a notch to when I tie the cordage to it on each piece, so that wherever I decide to set it up, it'll be easy to tie it to wherever. And also carved this stake, which also has this L7 notch. See, it's an L. Now it's a 7. The shape, see? Anyways, didn't get too fancy in the stake part, but it will drive into the ground. Well, I suppose I could use the machete saw. Whoops. Carefully sawing over my knee like this. And then just spin it as it begins to cut. Always watching out for your leg, of course. You don't want to slip or cut your hand either. That's what safety gloves, as I am. But anyways, as you saw, just continue to roll it forward, and you see that it will put the notch in there just like that. And there you go. So I'm not getting much actual work done, but I am testing out my tools to make sure that they will work when I'm getting work done. And sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes it's necessary to test out the effectiveness of your tools. So that you don't come out ready to work with a dull, rusted axe and spend an hour and a half whack, 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 whack. Ah! Should have taken 5 minutes, man. With a good sharp blade, good sharp axe, which I will now sharpen with that sharpener that I have. Anyways. Woo! I did that to show that you could toss around a machete carrying case and it also will not let go of it as long as the snap is fully secure. Okay. This, however, does not get into your sock or conceal quite as easily. I mean, you can, but it's not very comfortable. Anyways, as I was saying about the L7 notches, once you have the cordage attached, tied to each of these, you tie one to a sapling similar to the one I just cut down using the shovel, and it's not very wide, but it is buoyant, so you can bend it to create nice tension, so that when the snare is it's triggered, bling, I mean fling. I must mention, if you're using a L7 snare trap to catch small animals, in most areas that is illegal, so I'm not recommending that. I'm just showing how the L7 notch could be used. You could bend that sapling back, stretch it back real tight, one even bigger than that, it'll have better tension. And then you drag your tripwire low, camouflage of course, or clear so it's invisible. And then when somebody triggers that tripwire, the sapling will slap them in the face quite powerfully, potentially knocking them back, but at least dissuading them from proceeding further, and the noise will alert you of their presence to secure your premises. That's the L7. Okay. Once you have your notch completely cut into your stake, you're going to take your cordage, find the end of it right there, make sure it'll fit into that notch. See, it just tucks right in there. So then I might actually take off this glove. Okay, just loop it around a couple times like that, and then you want to tuck it through this loop right here. Okay, now the end got a bit frayed. That's an example of what you don't want to happen. Anyways, you just push it through those two loops like this. Well, it's frayed, like I said, that causes difficulty. That's how these teaching methods work. So anyways, there you go. You tighten it up. Whoops. Oh no, it slipped out of the notch. You want to keep it in the notch, pull it tight, and there you go. See, it's secure. Notice I started at the end of the roll. Alright, that gives you all the length to work with. You don't want to cut it until you know how much length you need. In fact, the less you have to cut it, the better. A wooden hammer's still way up in that tree right there. But you can also use a nice flat, large flat rock, like this one, to hammer the stake into the ground. Alright. Wearing an impact-resistant safety glove, of course, in case you slip. Firmly hold the stake in one hand and hammer with the rock in the other. And then once you have it set, you can use both hands to gently tap it the rest of the way down. All the way into the ground, and then string your cordage up into the system like I described, and you get the idea. You can also, of course, use a stake like that and tie it to the grommet on a tarp to secure it. Simply tie your cordage to some overhead branches to elevate it, raise it up to whatever height you want it. And there you go, easy, simple shelter technique. It's not what I was coming to discuss, but anyways, there you go. And of course, as always, be careful, stay safe, and God bless you. Okay, well, folding saw is still my primary choice for sawing and making cuts. But I did this test because it's good to know that you have backup tools that will also function to serve the same purpose in case you need to use them. Because if you hadn't seen the previous video, I broke the tip of my knife while harvesting or cutting tree bark off of a pine tree to harvest the sap to make pine pitch glue. Primitive glue, also known as pine pitch, which I then plan to use to glue this, as well as nailing and wrapping it, making sure it's secure, as well as every other post and beam. So I'm going to need a lot. You know what I mean? I'm being serious. And I'm trying to keep this to around 20 minutes. So this has been a test of tools to see their effectiveness. And if you like it, smash that thumb button, the thumbs up that is.